Good morning. It is Friday, November 18th, puts us 90 days out from February 16th. So we're just after the 15th protocol for, of course, the month of November, and you're 90 days out through the 15th protocol of February. And you're wondering maybe, what the hell is he talking about with the 15th protocol? Something we will always want to be focused on. The biggest concern that people have, or I think the biggest misconception that people have, is they overestimate what they're able to do in 1 year, and they underestimate what they're able to do in 5 years. Because we don't chunk it down. We don't make it manageable, bite-sized. You heard the adage, how do you eat an elephant? And it's one bite at a time. There's a great book that we reference quite a bit. I think I've got it across the way. Brian Moran, M-O-R-A-N, Brian Moran. It's called The 12-Week Year. And the whole concept of his book, The 12-Week Year, is that he is reminding you to just chunk it down and obviously take it quarter by quarter. Now, there's more than 12 weeks in a quarter. There's 13 weeks. He's also reminding you to take a vacation, which I think of people are on the struggle bus. And I completely appreciate people stepping away from another professional commitment. You get into real estate, and you ultimately probably came here for two things. You came here to probably have the ability to make more money, to create more financial opportunity for your loved ones. And then above and beyond that, you also want to be in control of your calendar, whether it's the amount of time you're able to take off, the freedom you have day to day. And we usually get in our own way with that. You've heard me say time and time again, the best part of real estate is we're in charge. Conversely, the worst part of real estate is we're in charge. Because we're very unforgiving when it comes to being in charge of ourselves. And I think people freak out because they're like, well, I've got to manage myself now. And there's a huge, to me, there's a huge difference between management and leadership. And when people who are building teams start talking about, I don't want to have to manage people, just look at it differently. And if you're talking about yourself and you're struggling managing yourself, lead yourself. And how does somebody lead? Somebody leads by, and you've heard me say this before over and over again, whether we're leading or not leading, we're leading, right? People are watching you. So if you have to behave mentally like the person you love the most is in the room watching you every day, if you have to pretend that, what if every day at the office was a bring your kid to work day? And when we talk about, there was an older version of the DISC assessment, and even in the current versions of the DISC assessment, and there's half a dozen to a dozen different versions of the DISC assessment. When you take the DISC assessment in our ecosystem, Zoe and I usually have you do that as you're doing. You take that, that's about 20 minutes, and then we have you do the KPA, that's about 60 to 75 minutes. The DISC assessment, there's two different SKUs on the DISC assessment. The first one being your natural state. And then your other one is your monitored state. So if you were in a work environment where you weren't being monitored and you were left to your own devices, how would you perform? As opposed to if you knew that you were being watched. So it's almost like in a free state and under duress. So when we look at what we have to do in the next, because right now, ultimately on the 15th of November, you're probably going to put your last purchase and sale under. If you're getting a quick close going on, you might still today be able to put together your last deal that's going to close in the month of November, or December, I should say, this year. 15th protocol is the concept that we can't fix the month when it's over, so we want to stop on the 15th of the month and take stock in what we've achieved, and said with love, for the most part, how far behind our goals are we? And I would beg you as your coach to always be behind your goals, because as soon as you see that you're tracking to hit your goals, you should adjust your goal up. Many people in our industry, many people in corporate America, when they start to miss their goals, they adjust the goal down. We never want to adjust the goal down. We want to adjust our activities up. The goal's moving up because we're tracking to hit it. So we obviously have created some efficiencies and built our skill sets, so then we adjust our activities up. We never want to adjust the goal down. So that's why we talk about 90 days out. That's why we talk about 15th protocol. We should always be doing our best to out-hustle yesterday's version of us. In an effort to do that, Fridays, of course, we want you guys, as you are doing great business, building great businesses and creating more financial opportunity for you and your loved ones, we want you to be focused on, with that money, are you investing it? I would like for all of us to stop spending time with people and spending our money, but invest our time with people and invest our money. So who are you investing your time with? And who are you investing your earnings with? And the differentiation between spending and investing is you will see something come back when you invest your time properly. You will see a return when you invest your money properly. Spending money and spending time is like renting, and there's no equity, there's no growth, there's no ownership. So our president, Mark King, every Friday at 8:30 does Wealth Building 2.0. That is on Facebook, Wealth Building 2.0. If you haven't joined the Facebook page, you can still shoot over there at 8:30. We always do a quick start on Fridays at 8:22. Let's talk about the schedule for today, and then obviously talk about what we got going on next week, which is Pi Day week, which is awesome because it's Thanksgiving. So for the rest of the morning, DocuSigns at 10 o'clock. DocuSign at 10 o'clock. Tag rolls and envelopes workshop, and that's in Wolfboro if you're heading that way. That is 10 a.m. in Wolfboro. Anytime we have a tech workshop, it is always in person because you need to be in the room with Melissa and others who are training you to do things in real time with your fingers on your computer, just so you know. We had scheduled Coffee with a Capper at 11 o'clock, and my guest has some sick little ones at home, so we are postponing Coffee with a Capper. That will not take place at 11. My apologies. We'll bring that back in December. And then at 1 o'clock, Back to Basics, Forms with Jen Vashon. The great JV, going over forms. That is Back to Basics. That's 1 o'clock on Keller TV. Next week, action-packed. Tuesday, of course, we have Scripts and Conversations. That's at 11 o'clock. The Keller Williams New England One Thing series is at 2 o'clock on Tuesday. All day on Tuesday, November 22nd, is Kaylee Brackett's birthday, so don't forget that. Pi Day, still time to register. Go into the Eventbrite link in the morning news for Pi Day. That's taking place on Wednesday. And then, of course, Thursday and Friday, we are closed for business. Most of your clients are probably closed for business because we have a lot of getting together with our family and friends to spend time with the people we care about the most. The reason we work so hard, and the reason you're going to get right back to work now. So, Wealth Building 2.0 with Mark King on Facebook Live. If you haven't joined the Facebook page, please go do that now. It's a great opportunity to learn from somebody who has turned around their financial trajectory. He's got a great story to tell. And there's a lot of great information that's on Facebook Live right now. We'll see you guys in and around the Market Center. If I can help with anything, it is meetwithcoach.com, meetwithcoach.com, or 603-834-2856. Have a great day.